please. I don't know if you might the headset.
So hello again. This presentation is going to be slightly different than the other one. As I said with the previous presentation, whoever was here, I have many loves, and one of them is nature and animals and sustainability and how to preserve life. And I want to start this a little bit unorthodox. So I want you all to close your eyes before I destroy stuff. So I want you all to close your eyes. So please do. And I want you to imagine your absolute favorite place in nature. Wherever it was in your childhood or last year, just take a deep breath and imagine yourself there. Remember the breeze on your face. Is it cold there because it's up in the mountains or somewhere close to the beach? Just take deep breath and imagine that absolute wonderful place of yours. Remember the memories you have, the calmness or the cheerfulness. I want you to be there. Sense it with everything what you can. The smell around you, the sounds, the animals, the movement. Just take your moment. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. So my favorite place in nature is in Croatia. And it's probably because I went there when I was a child many times, and I love the closeness of the sea. And there are these crickets over there. I don't know if any of you were in Croatia. They have this huge, I think they don't call it crickets, but they give this, that one. And they give this incredibly like loud sound, like all the time. So that's for me, like when I close my eyes, I see that. I see the white Rocky Mountains, and I love that place. And hopefully I didn't break it for good. And my nightmare is that this is all gonna disappear. My favorite place and your favorite place. And the problem is that this is not that unrealistic. That our favorite places, wherever it is, either close to the mountains, either close to the water, it's all connected to plastic pollution, to air pollution, to global warming, to climate change. So this is something which influences every single one of us, because we all care about maybe just our patch of nature, maybe the bigger picture, but we do care because we have good memories, because we do care. So this is my nightmare. And what I want to talk about today is that of course there are many different angles of sustainability, and that was well put, that it's a big blob and we might just cannot grasp it. And we might not even be aware of that we have a choice, that every single day we're making a choice with our actions to either contribute to global warming and climate change and all the bad stuff, or working against it. And every single day we have this choice, which we might not even be aware of. And what I want to talk about today is food. That how we are making a vote, basically, to choose a certain food item over another one. And with that one, we're literally voting against or pro climate change. So today I will talk about 3 different problems when it comes to food. Probably more than that, but 3 bigger stuff. One of them is sustainability itself, environmental issues. I don't know how many of you are aware of this circle. Cowspiracy, any of you? So this is their infographic, explaining how certain food items made by the animal industry, mostly meat, but also dairy, and how they are contributing to all of these, what you can see: climate change, water use, waste, land use, fisheries, species extinction, and deforestation. This is all connected, and fortunately, we all can do something about it or against it. And of course, it's a global issue. And of course, there needs to be legislations to actually control some things. Of course, companies and big corporations should align with that. But we should not forget that we are the customers. We are the ones who are giving the money and the support to this industry, or choose not to and choose another industry which is doing the best, like going to a restaurant which is actually mindful about these things. So these are the things which I highly recommend you to watch the movie if you didn't. This is a documentary about the environmental impact. Cowspiracy. Cowspiracy. It's mostly about the So the second problem, what I would like to talk about, is food scarcity and world hunger, and how is that actually connected to the animal industry. This is something which I found that not enough talked about. Because many times I hear that just because I'm a vegan or I'm plant-based, I'm probably fancy and I'm eating, kiwis at winter and I don't know, tofu and whatnot all the time, which are not local. But the thing is that by 2050, according to the World Resource Institute, we will need to produce 70% more food than what we have. This is something which we actually had a talk with Cedric the other day, that based on what? Based on what we need this 70%. It's probably the need what we have today with the meat-based, with the dairy-based expectations what we have. However, I've been told that I can point with this. I can. So here you can see that the amount of grain needed to eliminate world hunger is 40 million tons. This is an estimate. This is what we need to actually, in calorie dense, to eliminate world hunger. And we are giving 760 million tons of grains to animals today. That's a huge difference. We can basically eliminate the world hunger today and tomorrow with making different choices. We have billions of land animals being fed with eatable grains and not children. How is that supposed to be good? How is that supposed to be something which we should support, right? So world hunger and scarcity, and how is it connected? And then the third, this is also like, this is the same amount of land, how many people this can feed, and how many people this one can be fed by the same amount of land. And global health issues, that's the other thing which we also heard about yesterday, that how teaching children about health and being aware of what you're eating and how you're eating, how is it affecting your body. So this is an Oxford University, wrong button. This is an Oxford University study which says $1.5 trillion in healthcare and climate change related costs could be saved by 2050 if people reduce their reliance on meat and in their diet. Incredible. Incredible. It's not just for companies that how much they could save on sick days, but they also, this is the source, by the way, down here. So that basically means that there is an issue which is connected to meat and dairy, and this is even, we can numerify it. What does that mean? Then also, obviously, when it comes up, like that's what I meet as a vegan advocate or animal rights advocate, is that there are a lot of myths and doubts around it. That we need the protein from the animals, we need the calcium from the cow. We all learned that from early age. And the problem is that this is truly, truly not true. Crazy, but it's not. There is plant-based protein in every single food, and you can have a combination of food. I'm being vegan for 6 years, I'm gaining weight, I'm building muscles, and many of others. But I wanted to show you this example. Hopefully this will work, right? So I can click, and then this video, which I will have to jump a little bit because it's a 5-minute video, by Michael Greger. I don't know if Dr. Michael Greger, who's running
the dietary guidelines recommend that we try to choose meals or snacks that are high in nutrients but lower in calories.
So this is a 5-minute video, and I would like to jump to the 1 minute and 19 for you to show something in it. So this is, I don't know how many of you heard about the Okinawans. Yeah? Okay. So this is a Japanese island, and these people are living on a certain diet for hundreds and hundreds of years. They're being monitored in the last, I would say, around 150 years. And Dr. Michael Greger is basically trying to look into what these people eat, because their average lifespan is 100 years. This is how long the Okinawan Japanese live. So let's see what his finding was. And I would like to, because it's a long video, but again, this is available on YouTube, you will be able to look at it. Now we're going to just jump to the part where he's actually describing what these people eat.
It was given back to Japan in '72. And if you look at the traditional diets of more than 2,000 Okinawans, this is how it breaks down. Only 1% of their diet was fish. Less than 1% of their diet was meat, and same with eggs and dairy. So it was more than 96% plant-based, and more than 90% whole food plant-based, very few processed foods either. And not just whole food plant-based, but most of their diet was vegetables, and one vegetable in particular, sweet potatoes. The Okinawan diet was centered around purple and orange sweet potatoes. How delicious is that? Could have been bitter gourd or soursop, but no, sweet potatoes. So 90+% whole food plant-based makes it.
So that's all what I wanted to show from this one. He's an incredible doctor, and he makes a lot of these educational videos. So if you would like to go, nutritionalorg.com. Nutritionalfacts.org, sorry. So this one is kind of like covering one of the misconceptions what we have, that first of all, that man's supposed to eat meat all the time and did all the time. Of course we did, but that doesn't mean that this is the most optimal for our health. This simply doesn't mean that this is the most optimal what we need. So this is what we eat in the Western diet. Incredible amount of processed food, incredible amount of animal food, and a teensy bit of plant food. So what is your power? What is it what each and every one of you here can do? And this is what I would like to share with you. So being part of a worldwide solution and not the problem, which is causing all the problems which I described before. So this is what you, with every single day, if you choose a plant-based meal or a plant-based diet, this is what you can save. I translated them into metrics. So you can save more than 4,000 liters of water, 20 kilograms of grains, 3 square meters of forest, 9 kilograms of CO2 emitting to the air, and 1 life of a sentient being. Sorry? Per day. Yeah, each day, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, because the animal is being fed. Yeah, it's basically the animal industry itself is 6% efficiency. So whatever you put in, energy, food, water, land, whatever you put in, the end product, even if you use up the animal from the toe to whatever, the efficiency is 6%. That's the animal industry's efficiency. So this is what every single one of you can save. And then a little bit more about that kind of breaking down. So the health, here I was kind of told that there would be a lot of corporates. So I was trying to build around sick days and how you can basically save on paid sick days for people, because this is what I heard back from Meatless Monday, what Gabia from Tushtina Ray, she's the surprise. She's going to talk after me. And she's going to talk about how, how Meatless Monday can actually promote health and how companies are coming back and saying that, yes, people are basically more healthy, more energetic. So less sick days. And obviously there's a bunch of books out there where you can read a little bit more about the health benefits of a plant-based diet, how it can prevent certain diseases, how it can turn back certain chronic diseases. Heart disease in particular, diabetes in particular. So yeah, these are just some of the health-related pictures. Then what you can save is like energy. And that's by Meatless Monday, one of the Meatless Mondays, because this is a huge movement out there and they are in thousands of countries. So with every burger skipped, you can save enough energy to charge your iPhone for 4.5 years. Incredible. I couldn't believe these numbers. This is crazy how much influence every single one of us have. You can save without beef or other animals. You can save, instead of paper for a year, which saves like eight and a half trees, you can save 3,000, almost 500 trees. Incredible. Then, of course, it is a trend. So it's not like you're going to be standing alone and, oh my God, I'm the weirdo in the room. No, it is a growing trend, especially within millennials. Yesterday we've been told that it's like 22% in Denmark. It's 12% in the UK, as far as I know. This is from the UK. So it is a growing trend. And here in Lithuania, you have a huge vegan community. I don't know if you're aware of it, but compared to Hungary, Jesus, you are like 3 times more and you are 3 times less than we. So it's, no, seriously. When I came here, I was like, oh, probably there will be like this small, cute community of vegans. No, we're talking about 20-something thousand people in the vegan group on Facebook. So you will have a support and you will have an enormous help. And again, this is like a meat consumption trend. Even in America, it's dropping. So it's not something which is alien nowadays. You can save animals' life, and this part is what, close to my heart. This is what made me a vegan, because I truly cared about animals. And when I learned that I don't have to eat them, that was like, I was 25 years old, that was 6 years ago. And it was the biggest shock in my life. I thought I have to eat animals to survive, to maintain my health. Sure, I like the taste, that was not the question. But I conditioned myself that I have to eat. And I loved animals. So as soon as I learned that I don't have to, and I can discover a whole range of amazing food out there. And I'm going to show some really nice pictures of some great vegan food. So you can save enormous amount of lives. Worst case scenario, if you're eating fish or chicken, then you can save up to, not 100, 300 lives a year. 300 sentient beings can be saved if you are choosing not to eat them. Incredible. You can wake up every single day and saying, I saved a life today. And sure, it's just a chicken. But yesterday I showed that I live with a chicken who's basically purring. And basically, to be honest, a bit more complex than my cat. So she's incredible. She has such a strong will and heart, and she's communicating all the time. They are incredible. There's so much to learn about farm animals. And of course, water usage. That's where let's say the 4,000 liters per day is coming from. So some amazing, I want to close up with some really nice inspirational pictures for restaurants and food where you can, what you can eat, what I'm eating, what other vegans are eating. So what do we eat? We can have all the options what you are eating today, but in a veganized version. And they are tasty, they're nice, they can be smoky, they can be fatty, whatever you prefer. They can be very lean, whole food, plant-based. But we have even ice cream, and you don't have to go to some fancy shop. You can go to Rimi and you can get vegan ice cream. You can have your traditional lasagna, but instead of the meat in it, you can put lentils in it. You can put soy minced meat. And of course, we can talk about soy as well, but I don't think we will have time for that. You can have cutletti. And for example, the Cavalgo Vegane, that's, for example, a good place to start. Or as I said, the vegan group on Facebook. They're really, really helpful. And of course, bunch of like English language places. Then we have vegan cheese, and also you don't have to go to some fancy place. Rimi, they have vegan cheese. Even Maxima, I think, have like vegan cheese. Exactly. Yes, they have vegan pizza, yeah. You can have all the shashlik, I think you call it also shashlik. Yeah, and instead of meat, you can put like these soy pieces on it. They're really nice. Of course, you have to learn how to do that, how to cook it. But believe me, this just takes a couple of weeks to get used to it. How you used to cook and how you cook now. Of course, it needs a little bit of commitment and decision. But as you could see, it's so much bigger than you. It's so much bigger than you can be part of. And kind of compromising a couple of weeks of learning curve. And you can have your favorite foods, no problem. You just have to learn how to cook slightly differently. That's all what it is. And we even have desserts. Also, I love desserts. I'm actually organizing cooking courses, but I'm more into desserts than any other part of them. And even vegan surali. It's the Lithuanians who probably enjoy that. So yeah, you can have vegan surali in Iki. And I actually helped to launch this one. So come on, people. Even surali. Oh yeah, this is like a little curd bite for those who doesn't know it. And it's a big deal in Lithuania, and I love it. I love it.